The end of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, the IDF resuming operations, accusing the militant group of violating the agreement. Matt Gutman is on the ground in Israel with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Eva. We've been hearing continuous shelling and machine gun fire from that Gaza neighborhood you see behind me. Now, that ceasefire lasting for exactly a week and a few minutes. Hamas firing rockets into Israel, Israel responding with airstrikes, and mediators and cutters saying that negotiations are ongoing, but that fighting complicates matters. This morning, intense fighting reported in the Gaza Strip. Israeli airstrikes pounding the Strip just minutes after the ceasefire ended. Israel saying Hamas violated the temporary truce by firing rockets from Gaza. Smoke billowing from buildings, streets strewn with rubble. The shelling centered on southern Gaza. Israel dropping these leaflets urging residents to flee even further south, warning that certain areas civilians had been told to go are now no longer safe. Overnight, we pressed the IDF on that. So you're saying that southern Gaza could look like northern Gaza?
I'm saying that if Hamas is in southern Gaza, we have no choice but to go after Hamas where they are located.
Hospitals in Gaza again filling with the wounded, brought in on ambulance and donkey cart. This child with a head wound tended to by his sister. It comes hours after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in the region urging Israel to better protect civilians in Gaza.
I made clear that before Israel resumes major military operations, it must put in place humanitarian civilian protection plans that minimize further casualties of innocent Palestinians.
The UN saying around 1.8 million Palestinians have been displaced, and even with some aid coming in, the World Food Program warning families are on the edge of starvation. The fighting coming just hours after the most recent group of hostages was freed by Hamas. For 21-year-old Mia Shem and her family, this embrace 55 days in the making. Her mother weeping when she learned Mia would be coming home. One of 8 hostages released by Hamas Thursday, 110 released since the ceasefire began. And in the West Bank, cheers as 30 more Palestinian prisoners released from Israeli jails, 240 women and minors released in total. More than 130 hostages still believed held in captivity in Gaza.
It's a nightmare.
One of the 8 Americans missing is Iris Hagai Leniato's mom, Judy. The last time Judy and her husband were seen was during their morning walk on October 7th. Are you assuming that your mom is not alive?
No, I'm not assuming anything. My mind kind of travels, dead, alive. When you don't know, your mind fills the gap.
Both Israeli and U.S. officials admitting they know little about the condition of the U.S. hostages or even their whereabouts. Now, this morning, Hamas releasing a statement saying that they offered Israel a smaller list of hostages and the bodies of hostages, but that Israel rejected it. An Israeli security source telling me this morning that this time they are not going to hold their fire as negotiations take place. They say the only reason they will actually stop fighting now is if Hamas releases at least 10 additional hostages. George.
Matt Gutman, thanks.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.